Hello and welcome to the 2011 European Grand Prix. We're in round 6 of the TurboSilence.com Formula 1 League. We're past halfway. We're back in Italy where it all started. I'm James Tucker. Joining me in the booth is Sander Zock. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, and hey everybody. This is looking to be a very exciting Grand Prix with a twisty circuit here in Italy. And of course looking forward to very, very great battles and lots of overtaking.
Yeah, this is the third race we've had around Northern Italy. We have the Italian Grand Prix, we have the Austrian Grand Prix, and we have the European Grand Prix, all in that area because of the popularity of Dede and Lens. It really is a big spot for the F1 League, where the fans really are come out in the droves. As you can see here, we've got the stadium section, we've got the large grandstands down the front straight. It's going to be a really popular race. The first race in Italy was great. Hopefully the second one will match it. The championship standings, of course, going in. We've got Eddie leading from 20 points from Lens, and then 1 point back is Dede. Mike Knight there, also just 4 points behind Dede. Etmil in 5th, Shy Guy in 6th. I say everyone out of the top 4 really has a chance of this championship going into the second half of the season. Don't count Etmil, Shy Guy, Lex, Pavlito for sure out because we have the drop system. Remember that. The worst 2 races after this, the worst 2 races can be dropped from your championship challenge. Here's the team standings. The underdogs have a small lead in that over the Plus team and Event Racing in 3rd, Morons in 4th, DP in 5th, Extreme Team in 6th, and Berber Racing in 7th. Yes, so Pablinho, remember he missed a race at the start of the season. Maybe he can make a championship challenge.
So, a quick look at the fastest lap in the qualification. Here comes Pablinho, just behind his teammate Lens. And he goes full speed through turn 1 and then brakes just in time for turn 2. And now carrying all the speed through turn 3, braking, and then turning right, then left. And onto a very long sweeper. It's important not to go too wide here and stay inside as much as possible. Then a right-hander at the end of it, a very fast corner. And through turn 8, which is a king to the right again. Turns 9 and 10, 2 medium speed bends. We can see Pablinho has a very good line through these. Then flat out through turn 11. And the final 3 corners, very difficult to nail these, but Pablinho has kept it steady and controlled throughout the whole lap. And he comes over the line with 41.163. And that's already his 2nd pole in a row. What an astonishing lap that is, really.
Yeah, truly an astonishing achievement from Pablinho. 1 pole in the first league and now 2 in a row. He's really on form at the moment. Lens is 2nd on the grid, so it's a fun 1-2. Then Dede is 3rd with 32% fuel. Mike Knight on low fuel. He must have taken our ideas into account. He starts 4th. Eddie starts 5th on even lower fuel. Still see starts 6th on even lower fuel than that. Then we got a all Polish row up there with Kilkariki and John 5 on really varying fuel loads. Kilkariki putting in an excellent performance to get 7th on the grid. Kaina Musti on low fuel is up in 9th position. Wockinger is up in 10th. Dell in 11th. Lux in 12th. They're both on reasonably low fuel loads. Of course, the fuel you start the race really does matter because it means that dictates how far you can go in the first stint and whether you can leapfrog anybody. Shy Guy, again, having an awful qualifier, down in 13th position on the grid with a reasonably low fuel load. His fun teammate joins him on that row, just behind in the time, just in front in the fuel, 1% less. Etmil is in 15th. really poor qualifying from him too. Sismet gets into the pro race 16th. Heavenin also gets into the pro race 17th. Popovic gets into the pro race 18th. Shaitan in 19th. And Deluxe, for the first time ever in the TurboSilence.com F1 League, we have Deluxe in the pro race, qualifying in with 15% fuel in the last position. And here is those that did not qualify. Lex, that's a big shot for him. He will start on pole for the pro race. Jacob, Drago, Robbie RR, Seal and Anna. So disappointment for the DP team, disappointment for the IR team, because Lex, he can compete for top 10 positions. Really a disappointment for him. So here we go.
Here we go, guys.
And we're away. The front row getaway good. Pavlino from Lons, Dede from Mike. And looks like Dede's got a good run off turn 2, and Dede's right on the back of Lons for second position here. And Dede's going to the inside of Lons. Lons still got the inside for the next turn, and Lons manages to keep that position, so it's Fun leading at the front. And here's some battling in the midfield. Dede making a charge at Lance. Dede's on the sand, and so is Eddie. Dede and Eddie both on the sand, and Eddie gets past Dede, and Kilkariki going up the inside of both of them. Ooh, hits Eddie there. And here's John 5 also getting past Dede.
Yeah, so Dede has had an awful first lap. Really in trouble and struggling, yeah.
Yeah, and now kinda musty. His teammate is attacking him. So Papadino leads for Lawrence.
Mike Knight is third, fourth is Silsi, and fifth is Kilkariki from seventh in the grid. Very good start.
Really great achievement from Kilkariki to be running so well so early. There's Lux making his way past Etmil then. And here is our leader, Pavlino. So it must be something about the Italian air, because the fun cars, when we get to Italy, they just run incredibly.
Yeah, they do.
As we saw 1-2 in the first race, running 1-2 now. Maybe they can seal this one if they can make some excellent first laps. There's Mike Knight trying to ruin the party, Silsia also. And here is Silsia then going to have a try at Mike Knight maybe. He's a long way back into turn 1, and Silsia actually sets the fastest lap, so Silsia's got the early pace.
Yeah, having a look there.
And having another look, and hits his back a little bit, and Mike goes in the sand, and will Silsia let him back past?
No, he won't.
He's going to take that position and run with it, so we'll see how happy Mike is about that one. Here is Dede then, trying to make his way past Kilkariki, braking very early for that turn there. And Kilkariki's on the sand, he's going to make his way easily around the outside. So that's another position for the two plus cars, who had made an awful start, really. Well, Eddie had quite a poor qualifying by his standards as well. So here's Pavlino pulling a gap on lap 1, lap 4 even. He set a fastest lap. He's got a 1 second lead. He's doing exactly what he needs to do. And so often we've seen someone start on the pole position, set some fast laps, start the race brilliantly, and then it just doesn't happen. Dede and Eddie just managed to claw it back and get another one of the wins.
So here's the replay of the start then.
Yeah, you can see Pavlino got a great start. Dede got a excellent
Dede
start.
has a good start, but then he started to lose positions there, and
yeah, so you got Lance got back past him, and then he just too late on the brakes here into this turn 7,
yeah.
and too early on the accelerator 2, and into the sand, and so was Eddie. That just allowed Mike Knight still see it all the way past. Now here's a bit of battling here. We'll see both Dell and Walkinger on the sand there, and Shy Guy manages to make up 2 positions. And there's Etmil and Lux battling up there. And is Lux going to go to the inside? Yeah, it looks like Etmil got on the throttle too early, got out of the turn, pushed, had a lot of understeer, and there's Shy Guy on the sand too, and he loses those positions back.
Yeah, but Etmil made another move into that corner, and he's seems to be past him.
Yeah, so here's Dede going back past John 5 after he lost that position when he went on the sand, and that's a good pass, textbook pass out of the final corner into turn 1. Excellent stuff, and John 5 runs wide as well. And there's Eddie and Kilkariki battling up there. I'm sure we'll get a replay of that in a second. Here's Silsia versus Mike then. Let's see if there was a touch. And for sure there was a touch. Not sure what the race stewards would think about that one, so he didn't wait. And here is Eddie versus Kilkariki. Let's see how he got past him. And Kilkariki gets in the sand. Eddie dives to the inside of turn 2 and gets that one sticking. Well,
yeah, seems to be.
Is Kilkariki? Kilkariki almost had a look back at Eddie. So he's driving a great race so far. So lap 4. Here's a Shy Guy making his way past Kinda Musty. Now this is important in the Constructors Championship, because These two, of course, are both the third drivers of the Fun team and the Plus team. They're both driver free, which all 3 drivers do count. Obviously, you can have more than 3 drivers; they just don't count. Now, kind of hits Shy Guy a bit there. So a bit of rough racing early in this race. So here is Lance. He's been tracked by Silseer for 2nd position. Silseer made a great start then, and he's now looking at the 2nd position, trying to break up this Fun team's 1-2. We saw him got past Mike roughly. Let's see how we get past Lance.
That's just 0.3 of a second between these drivers right now.
Yeah.
So looking quite even in that times.
Yeah, they're really close. And is he going to have a look into turn off the bridge? No.
And will he try another rough move maybe? I mean, semi-rough.
He probably didn't even know he did it. It was semi-rough for sure. And here is the Plus team inter-team battle then. Dede versus Eddie. They both want to beat each other, whether it's for the 1st and 2nd position, or as it is at the moment for the 5th and 6th position. Really bad for their Constructors' Championship run at the moment if it ended like this. And Eddie gets on the sand a little bit there, and Dede's going to get a run because this is such a sweeping corner. Very hard to pass out of it, and see Eddie just puts a little defence on, and Dede has no chance to get past him there. Now we go over this bridge over the river into this complex here, and Dede went a bit wide and he's going to lose spots. So here's that battle between Shy Guy and Kinda Musty back down in the field, and good 4-way battle here. Shy Guy, Kinda Musty, John 5 and Arjun, and Shy Guy looked like he lost a lot of positions there. Here's Etmil going to the inside of Kilkariki for 7th position, and he's got the inside, and what great pass there, great pass. And Kilkariki gives him a little shove, and he should really let him back pass because Kilkariki, and now he's on the sand. Blocked him, and surely he's going to let him back pass. That's 2 moves which are wrong.
No, he has to. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, because that was a great pass from Etmil into turn 1 there. So here we are back with the Plus team battling over the 5th position.
Yes, Eddie's still holding on for his 5th position, and we can see maybe they can swap positions during the pit stops.
Yeah, perhaps that's true if they can't pass. We did think this circuit might be a lot harder to pass than the first Italian circuit in Africa, because there's not really that many slow corners than long straight. You know, it's all bending, turning. It's all very hard to pass. And you can see there was a time when Dede did get past Eddie there.
Yeah, due to a mistake by Eddie, and now Eddie, very courageous move, regaining the position there. Yeah,
so good fair battling in the Plus team. You see Kilkariki back then was just behind. Now is Dede going to try another one, and they're just playing games with each other down the main straight. Are you going to go to the inside? Are you? Neither of them do. So yeah, that puts us back up to date with where we were. They did swap positions, but looks like Eddie ran a little bit wide again, not getting too much good exits on that turn at the top of the hill. So here's Etmil then. He's going to go around the outside of John 5, is he? No. He's going to dive to the inside here? No. Perhaps here? No. But he does get to the... touched him there. And John 5 went sliding. Perhaps that was just a racing incident.
Yeah, probably was.
And here we are back with that battle. And Shy Guy weaving across the track. I don't think it's illegal if you... and John 5 goes off. Don't think it's illegal if you're behind, I'm not sure. So you could say that he was defending against the guy he just passed. So Shy Guy passing a lot of guys in one corner. Here's the team radio.
I don't think that was my fault. He turned in on me.
So he doesn't think it was his fault, John 5 then, because he turned in on him. Well, I guess that's up to the stewards to decide, but we shall see.
Yeah, well, it wasn't, that intentional. He was just keeping his line, both of the drivers, and...
Yeah, I think what he thought was because he was right on the inside of the curb, there was no way that he could have got any more inside.
Yeah, nothing too rough, I think.
Yeah. So here is Pavlinho then, leading the race by a good margin from Lance, we can see is quite a way back now. Lance has still got his gap on Silseer. It seems like it's almost hard to close, maybe not so hard to pass once you do close that. But maybe it's a bit like the Grand Veg circuit in that it's actually hard to get right in behind the car in front. It's so distracting driving behind another car.
Yes, it is.
It's almost like a dirty air effect you get in a real life F1. So you can see Lance is just keeping Silsier at bay, just driving the lap times he needs to. He's not really making any inroads into catching his teammate, who really pulls a gap at the front. I mean, of course, Pavlinio's never won a Grand Prix before, and here is Silsier closed really loads in those two corners off the bridge, and now Silsier's maybe going to have a try. He goes to the outside in the final corner and just doesn't manage to get the drag onto the straight, and Silsier then pulls into the pits. So we're doing on board with him. Very short pit lane in this track. We think that could contribute to a lot of free-stop strategies. And there's Kilkariki having a little look at Emil again, after Emil got past him earlier with such a sweet move. And just so you see Silsier coming out the pits.
Yeah, it seems that Emil has made a mistake somewhere on the track, because Kilkariki was quite a lot behind him earlier.
We just saw Kilkariki there make a mistake. So, yeah, as I was saying earlier, the short pit lane could contribute to 3 and even 4 stop strategies that's been talked about. So that's a lot of stock. Because look, you see the pit lane now is just so short. It only takes about 7 to 8 seconds to make a whole pit stop. So,
yes, indeed.
oh, look at Emil charging into the pits. Wow, right around Mike Knight, really going fast into there. Obviously, since it's on the main straight, you don't quite judge how fast you're going, as you can see him exit now behind Hivinen.
Yeah, if you come in full throttle, you really have to watch out for the other drivers.
Yeah, so Mike Knight and Eddie came out the pits right with each other. Mike Knight may be distracted by Emil coming in at 200 miles per hour. And here is our leader coming in. So we'll get back to that battle in a second, because this is a crucial pit stop. Lance takes the lead of the Grand Prix. So Lance leads yet another Grand Prix. Excellent season he's having so far, second in points. And here's Emil immediately getting past Hevenen then, up to 7th position after he got out the pits.
Yeah, so he basically regains what he was having before, 7th position, just after his outlap.
Yeah, and here is Pavlino then coming out the pits. Looks like he lost a place to Dede there too. He's not going to lose a place to 4th position guys, because they already pitted and he had enough of the lead. On the cold tyres they're getting on the sand, yes, it sets them past that, so I don't think there's much danger of his lead getting taken away by Lance, who has about 2 more laps of fuel than him. Oh, there's Mike Knight making a mistake, and will Eddie charge to the inside? Yes, he will, and Eddie gets it. So, move Eddie up a position. And move Mike Knight down 1. So here is our leader then, Lance, for the Underdogs team. And is he going to pit this lap? Yes, he is. And Dede also coming in the pits. Ooh, right alongside Lance.
No, just avoiding contact there.
Ooh,
very good and fair.
They both exit the pits at the same time, and here goes Eddie around the pair of them. Eddie gets around the pair of them. That's a fantastic few laps for Eddie up to 3rd. Wow, and that's crucial in the championship. So they both came out the pits together. Lance just managed to get the drive off Dede out of the pit lane, but then Eddie came down the main straight and used his momentum to get around the pair of them around the outside. Fantastic move.
Yes, indeed, and suddenly the race is looking quite good for him. I mean, podium finish is actually necessary for him to have in every race, basically.
Yeah, so he must have had such a great outlap after putting the new tyres on. He must have loved his new set of tyres, set 2 fantastic laps, and be up to 3rd. So he's not that far off Silso either in 2nd place, quite a way off. Pavlinio is just building a gap. At the moment, nobody seems to be able to touch Pavlinio. He is incredibly fast. The fun cars, like I was saying, incredibly fast in the whole of Italy. And here's Lance there now. He won't like having lost that position to Eddie. Of course, he'll have about 2 laps fresher tyres than him too. So he'll want to take it back. That is one of the great things I think about the tyre wear, is that say you can have some. Ooh, there's a shy guy making a move around Lux. You can have someone who pits, gets out in front because they had 5 laps on fresh tyres, but then they're 5 laps older tyres, so they can get back past. And here's Dede trying to make a move to the inside of Lance into turn 2. They got the inside into turn 1. Very fair move. They're racing side by side. Excellent stuff here. Side by side for quite a few corners, and Dede makes the move stick. So move Dede up to 4th position. Mike Knight there behind in 6th.
Seems overtake for Eddie. No, sorry. Who was it? Dede.
Yeah, good move from Dede there. They made the inside work into turn 1, then kept the inside for turn 2, kept it all the way around the outside in turn 3, and managed to have the inside again for turn 4, and managed to make that move stick.
And fair total.
Yes, yes, excellent. We haven't seen that many fair moves this race so far. So we're on lap 16. Pavlino leads by about 4 seconds over Silseer, then Eddie, Dede, Lance, and Mike Knight. We can see they're all close here. And looks like Mike Knight's actually catching up to Lance, and oh! Eddie makes a mistake on the sand, and Dede gets around him, and will Lance get around him too? Yes, he will. Eddie made a mistake in the sweep in turn 6 and loses that position.
That was very costly for him.
And Lance made a mistake, and now Eddie gets back past. Everybody making mistakes on this tight and twisty circuit. I did think there were going to be a few crashes in the wall actually on the circuit. It isn't something we've really seen so far this year. Off the bridge, you know, that's a place where the walls are really close, and ooh, Lance there scaring Eddie maybe into turn 2, and Eddie gets again on the sand, and Lance passes him again. And Eddie passes him again! With the side-by-side round turn 5, and Eddie has the inside. Wow, what a battle. And see Silse making a mistake on the sand in turn 6 there, and that's allowed Dede to close up. And here is Dede then, just following Silse.
Seems that Dede has turned the tides actually. Seeing like before it was Eddie running third, and now it's Dede attacking Silse for second already.
Yeah, look, he has a great run on him down the straight in the slipstream, and is he going to make a move into turn 2? No, he's not. And oh, Silse goes on the sand. Eddie's got the inside for turn number 4. He squeezes up the inside and goes on the sand into turn 5 on the exit. So Silse manages to keep it. Wow, we've seen some great battles here. The twisting nature of the circuit, we thought it would stop overtaking. Actually, it's allowing for overtaking and then repassing, which is something really exciting for the spectators to watch.
And also, what we have to remember is that while Silse and Dede are battling, it will allow Eddie to close up on them, so
yes, and
maybe he can come and join that battle.
Yeah, there's Mike Knight blocking Lance, and here we see how he got past Lance in the first place. We saw that earlier. Oh, here's the replay of the battle between Lance and Eddie. Look at that. Eddie just shoots it up the inside into turn number 4, keeps the inside for turn number 5, and makes it stick through the sweeper at turn 6. And maybe we'll see here then, ooh, Lance having another look at Eddie, and we'll see here how Mike Knight got past. He's right on the back of him here.
Yeah, but it seems that he can't find any place to...
Oh, there it is. Exactly the same.
Oh.
There we are.
Oh.
There we are. Lance just got on the sand into the final corners and blocked Mike and let him back past. Yeah. And then the next lap, of course, into the final corners, we saw that Mike Knight got on the sand in exactly the same place and blocked Lance. And let him back past. So here's a battle then back in the midfield for about 10th position between Shy Guy and Lux, them going side by side. Touching wheels, nothing too unfair there. Shy Guy keeps the position. And here is Silse in the pits then. So Silse pitting early. Twice, so it looks like everybody seems to be on a free-stop race with a short pit lane. Bit of an anomaly in the race today, and Etmil gets past Silse, but that shouldn't be for too many laps, and it shouldn't hold him up really because he's got a bit of the lead. Silse drops back to 7th then on his new tyres. He's got to set some fast laps now. He wants to stay away from Dede and keep his 2nd position. Really crucial part of the race here for Silse. Got to get his tyres up to temperature fast, and they've got to get fast on them fast, because it's hard to feel your way around on new tyres as soon as you get them on. I often feel. And there's Lance up in front in 7th, Mike Knight here in 8th, and Mike Knight will make the pits. So Mike Knight also on reasonably low fuel then.
And maybe he's trying to stop this time.
No, I think he's almost certainly free stopping from here. That's his 2nd stop of the day. He's got 18 laps left. That was a short pit stop. He's got to be stopping again around lap 29, 30, I believe. There's Dede then in 2nd place. He's got to set some fast laps also, and he wants to get out the pits in front of Silse. But he's on the old tyres, so he really needs to come into the pits soon if he wants to make the leapfrog work. Will it be this lap? Will he turn in? Yes, he does. Let's see where he comes out. This is crucial. And Eddie also in the pits. Eddie are also racing with Silse and Kilkariki, but Kilkariki's quite a way back. And There goes Silsier past Eddie, but behind Dede. So that's crucial. Dede managed to keep his position, even though Silsier had an extra lap almost on the new tyres. So a good in lap from Dede, a good out lap from Silsier, but not good enough. As they wind through turn 6 into turn 7. Oh, Dede's on the sand on his new cold tyres, and Silsier gets the move done. Silsier's passed into what is really net second position once Lance pits.
And then really has to avoid making any more mistakes. Right?
Yeah, he's made too many mistakes this race, you'd say. That's some mistake by the looks of things from Eddie. And into the final corners. Eddie maybe not liking this new set of tyres he's got.
Yeah, probably not.
Seems to be out of rhythm a little bit. Perhaps it's the shock really of driving alone, not battling for the lead, nowhere close to the win, because this man is taking away the win incredibly for the fun team. Pavlino pulls into the pits. Will it be another routine pit stop? Will there be any problems? There can't be. He's got a large-ish lead, and it goes routinely, and he's going to come out easily in the lead. Or is he? Well, Lance takes the lead.
There goes Lance.
Did I just jinx that? Lance takes the lead. Of course, Lance has to pit another time. In fact, Lance will probably pit at the end of this lap.
Yeah, but Lania has much fresher tyres right now.
Yeah.
But more fuel than Lance.
Yes, but Lance will have to pit soon. Maybe I jinxed him there, but... And look at this, look how fast he's coming up. Surely there'll be some sort of team order to Lance not to hold him up. Every second can count in this game. If Deddy suddenly finds a turn of speed, and there we are, Lance just lets him to the inside there. In the fast sweeper, and Pablinho will take the lead once more. So he didn't even not lead a lap. He's led every lap but one so far when he made his first pit stop, and Lance took the lead then. So, unless Lance has tried to stretch it, but I think he had quite a short pit stop, I think he's also free stopping. Unless Lance was trying to do a very long last stint, which I somehow doubt. And here's a side-by-side race between Dede and Silsier. Dede lost the position to Silsier earlier when he got on the sand, and now he's just regained it. So Dede back up a position, and Silsier on the sand there into turn 7.
Yeah, having a moment. Not too bad, man. Lost a bit of time, but just a bit.
So here is our leader. He has a 2.2 second lead already over Lance. Of course, Lance has older tyres on, but still, Lance needs to get in those pits fast, because he's going to drop all the way back to about 7th at the moment with a 7-second pit stop. So Lance really needs to get those tyres on pretty fast if he wants to have a chance to maybe fight for the top 5 in this race, even. Which is terrible after his start he had. Oh, here's Eddie then running 5th.
All alone, driving.
Yeah, although there is Mike Knight in the background just hunting him down. Perhaps Mike Knight can beat Eddie for a 5th position that he would love.
Yeah, Mike hoping for a mistake by Eddie, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. And here comes Lance then into the pits. Let's see where he comes out. There's Eddie. Eddie on the sand. There is that mistake you were just saying about, and Mike Knight's going to get the inside into the corner. Mike Knight gets the position. Mike Knight up to 5th, and Lance coming up the pits behind the pair of them. And here is the battle up to 4th, even after Lance pits, of course. Sorry, I forgot about that. So here's Eddie then having a look at the inside of Mike Knight. He touched them twice in turn 5 there, around turn 6. Into turn 7, Mike Knight's got a little bit of a lead. Down turn 8 and over the bridge into turns 9 and 10. Round the fast sweeping turn 11 and into 12, 13 and 14 to end that. Then Pavlino sets the fastest lap on his new tyres. Oh, you didn't need to do that, Pavlino. We were already getting amazed by your performance. Incredible. He's got a 5-second lead over Dede. Surely only problems really can cost him the win now, unless Dede really finds some speed.
So it seems that Eddie is really struggling right now to keep up with Mike Knight here.
Yeah, and he gets on the sand.
And another mistake, so it's really upsetting him.
Yeah, he's
losing his rhythm, losing his drive. So he's...
Yeah, he's really close to the tyres there. The two close team drivers, you have to say, haven't had a mistake-free race like Pavlino has. Pavlino hasn't put a foot wrong all race. Just incredible race from him so far. And Dede then still second after making all those mistakes, and now Silsier will pull into the pits from 5th position. Oh no, he's going to come out in 5th position. And Lance gets around the outside of Silsier. So Lance, that's good for him. After he was so far down, that's really good for him. And we'll see where they come out after everybody else is putting in front. But Lance leading Silsier in this Grand Prix, so that's excellent for him. So far we've had no retirements in this race, and that's quite something.
Yeah, it is.
The pro race, of course, 20 cars as always, and the rookie race only 5 cars, so slightly less entrants this week, but never mind. I'm sure we'll have maybe more entrants after everybody sees how great a race this one was. As Lance then lapping reasonably fast. Not that long a lap around this track, about 40 seconds, not the longest you get. I love this stadium section where you race amongst those all those spectators. Just reminds me of great stadium sections like Hockenheim, that sort of place, you know.
Yeah, and the whole audience cheering.
Yeah,
and you can see, especially for the local guys.
Which is Dede and Lance, and here is Dede. Hevenen, last race we saw him battle against the lap cars. He's doing it again, and Dede shows him what for. Dede hits him, and Hevenen goes silent, and he really can't battle with those lap cars, Hevenen. Anyway, there is a pit stop for Mike Knight and Eddie. Mike Knight just got a lead over Eddie. See if anybody comes rushing down the front stretch to pass them. There is Ekmil in the pits, Kilkariki coming past him. Here is Mike Knight then, in front of Eddie.
Yeah, still holding on for 5th.
Yeah, good stuff from him. And of course, as they pit, Lance and Silsier make up places in their great race that they are having. Here is Dede then, surely he will pit from 2nd position. And he will. Oh, and that was a VRT car, we're not sure which. It could have been Wockinger or Sismek that just hit him. Oh dear. And Lance will get out in front, and so will Silsier, so that's disaster for Dede. He's off the podium. It's Pavlino, Lance, Silsier, so it's fun 1-2 again in this race.
Yeah, with still 7 laps to go here.
Yeah,
did some Grand Prix.
Can Fun pull off the second 1-2 of the season? The first team to pull off 2 1-2s in the season, after the Plus team did it, of course. And here is Pavlino making the pit stop. He has 14 seconds of a lead, so there's no way, surely, unless he has a problem like Dede did, that will lose the lead on this pit stop. He's just dominated the race, and indeed, he will pull out with the lead by 6 seconds. He's done exactly what he needs to do. Here is Lance then crossing the line, way behind. So he's just holding on for 2nd position from Silsier.
Yeah, the trouble-free pit stop for Pavlino. You can see how dangerous it is really to stop at the end of the pit lane.
Yeah.
With Dede, so he avoided that.
Yeah, we've only got 6 laps to go for Lance to hold on to his 2nd position. But Silsier is tracking him down fast. Oh, and Lance is on the sand in the bridge. Lance on the sand over the bridge, and Silsier will now take the 2nd position.
Yeah, he has sandwiched the fun drivers.
Yeah, can Lance make a move back past, or will Silsier pull away? Pull a good enough gap? What was the team radio?
Silsier, we really need you to save some fuel. There was a problem with the refueling rig. Please save some fuel.
So, telling Silsier he needs to save some fuel. Wow. He's just made up to the 2nd position, and they had a problem with the refueling rig in that last pit stop, and that's it.
Oh dear.
Will he manage to save enough fuel? Of course you can save fuel. You can not throttle on so early on the corners, throttle off earlier, perhaps don't brake if you really want to save a lot of fuel. Just throttle off. And wow, it's not good at all for Silsier. Will he manage to save the fuel and keep his 2nd position? Will he have to give it away? Will he have to give up 2 positions? You never know. Here he is then. Let's see how much he's saving fuel. Oh look, he only had a touch of brakes there into turn 1 and 2. Yeah, he's hardly touching his brakes, really trying to save some fuel, and Lance can't make many inroads into him yet, so he's still keeping up the pace. But,
we have still 4 laps to go.
4 laps, yeah. And I don't know how short of fuel he is. Will he have to pull into the pits and just make a quick top up? Well, that's always an option. You can always get new tyres on and try and catch back up, keep his podium position or something. It'd almost be, it might only cost him 4 seconds, so
You're not doing a good enough job. You need to save more fuel. Please save more fuel.
Job's not good enough at the moment. not good enough at the moment. That's what his team are telling him. Do more, save more, throttle off earlier, throttle on later.
Oh dear. Shall say.
It's probably he doesn't race for a team. Here, you know, they don't even have computers. I don't think at the independent team they use a sort of pen and paper maybe to calculate the fuel mileage. It hasn't worked out for them. You should get yourself on a team, Silsir. Get yourself in the I don't know what team would have him. He can make his own team. Pingu, of course, doesn't have a team too. Some top drivers don't really have a team. Get himself on Nike's X team. That's only a one-car team, really.
Yeah, but Silsir is a really quick driver, so it should be easy for him to get a team and get those calculations right next time for the next race.
Yes. So here is Dede tracking Lance for his 4th position. The final podium position. Lance running 3rd. Dede running 4th, trying to catch him up. Lance, I have to say, he's gone a bit backwards at the end of this race. Maybe his concentration isn't quite up to standard. He did so well in the last race in Italy with 2 laps now to go after winning that race, and he's keeping his podium position here just from Dede. So now we're on 2 laps to go, the penultimate lap. Can Dede make his way past? He's got a good run out of turn 2.
Very exciting battle here.
Yeah.
Just at the end of the race.
And Dede lunges up the inside into turn 5, and he's going to keep the inside for turn 6. Dede makes a move stick.
Excellent move there.
Oh, and Lance having another look in the inside through turn 7 and 8. Not quite. Wow. Great battle here. Will Lance manage to catch him back up, or will Dede keep the final podium position? That is, if Silsir manages to make his fuel last. Here is Pablinho then, on the final lap of the day. Surely nothing can go wrong for him now. Nothing has gone wrong for him so far. Through turn 5, through turn 6. Incredible drive from Pablinho. Took a dominating 2nd pole position in a row. This time he made it work from the start. Didn't lose the lead on the end of lap 1. Kept the lead, built a gap. Through turn 8, 9 and 10. Through turn 11. Now, only turn 12. Oh, little mistake. 13. Out of 14. Onto the main straight. Pablinho wins the European Grand Prix. Fantastic win. Absolutely incredible. He is overjoyed. Look at he's swerving the car around. He is so happy with that win.
Excellent drive for him, yeah.
Fantastic drive. 6 seconds he wins it by, or thereabout. And here's a replay then. Here's what happened to Silsir.
And holding on. Coming to the final sector.
Oh, and he's out of fuel. Dede goes past. Lance goes past. That's a lap car.
Oh dear.
Knight goes past.
And there goes
on the long run down to the finishing line. Will he pull it into the pits? Make a quick top up? Looks like he will. Will anybody else come past him? Eddie goes past. Etmil goes past. He shouldn't have pulled into the pits. It slowed him down, the pit lane speed limiter.
Yes, indeed. I was just thinking about that. Maybe he could have maintained 6th position.
Yeah, maybe he could have got in front of. Yeah. Never mind. There's the rest of the finishers coming through. Shy Guy coming through in 9th. Lux in 10th. John 5 in 11th. Great drive from him. Kilkariki in 12th. Here is Pablinho.
Beautiful. You and the whole team deserve this. The team here and the team at home. Beautiful. Grande. Avanti, Fer! Avanti!
Vamos, carajo!
I'm not sure quite what that means, but Pablinho is incredibly happy. Great drive from him. Great way to win his first Grand Prix, the 6th race of our season. So the first half of the season starts off with a fun win. The second half also starts off with a fun win.
So we've seen an excellent European Grand Prix here with Pablinho taking his first win and fun drivers having some trouble, but Dede coming up to 2nd in the end. So excellent.
Yeah, still running out of fuel. Terrible shame for him. He loses the podium in the final laps, but here we are with the podium celebrations for Pablinho, Dede and Lance. Emotional scenes then on the podium for Pablinho, the first time we've ever heard the Argentinian national anthem. Hopefully it won't be the last one. So let's move on to the driver stand-ins. As you can see, Eddie now has quite a large lead over Dede, Lons, only 2 points back in third, Mike Nike, Pablinho all the way up to 5th, even though he missed a race, Ekmel in 6th, Shy Guy in 7th, Lex, Stel, Heavenen, the highest placed Moron, Popovich 12th, Wackinger 13th for the BRT team, Kinamusti 14th, Pingu 15th, Shaitan 16th, John 5 17th, Silsir, Arjun and Exil round out the top 20, Drago just outside for DP, the two Morons, Jaycock and Mr. Pom 23rd and 24th, Kilkariki is down there in 25th. But that's not how it's going to work this year. The worst 2 results from a driver are going to be removed from the equation. They're going to be completely out of it for the championship. They'll still count towards the team championship if they are the top 3 drivers on that day, but they're out of it for the driver championship. So let's see how the table changes when we add in the drops. So there we are. Dede now leads the championship from Eddie, Pablinho just 1.5 points back. Lons in 4th, Mike Nike in 5th, Shy Guy moves up to 6th, Ekmil is in 7th, Pingu 8th, Lex 9th, Lux in 10th, Kinamusti moves right up to 11th, Heaven in 12th, Del 13th, Silsir 14th, Wackinger 15th, John 16th, Popovich 17th, Arjun 18th, Shaitan 19th, and Mr. Pom 20th. So the main people that really benefit from the system is the people who have missed races, the people who have had connection problems, like Dede, like Pablinho, so they move up to 1st and 3rd in the standings. The main people who really don't do well from it are the people who turn up every week but just finish average, you know, don't always win, don't always finish on the podium, just top 5s every week. Like Mike Knight, he's a bit of a way off the lead now in terms of percentages as to what he was before. So let's move on to the team stand-ins. The underdogs now have a larger lead over the Turbo Silence Plus team after they finished 1st and 3rd in this race, as well as Shy Guy coming home in the midfield. The Turbo Silence Plus team have almost 100 points, about over 100 points to the Invent Racing team, and then all the way back is the big battle for the 4th down to 7th positions. Team Morons is 4th, Team DP is 5th, Weather Racing right close with them in 6th, Extreme Team is right there too in 7th. So it's been a fantastic race in the European Grand Prix. Pablinho taking an incredibly surprising win. Just been great, hasn't it?
Yes, definitely. The race was quite surprising, both in terms of results and also in terms of overtaking, seeing as most of them were done due to other drivers' mistakes. But anyway, here's to hoping for an exciting second half of the season. Seems over for this Grand Prix, and thank you for watching. See you soon, and good night.
Yep. See you next time. I'm James Tucker. He's Zonders Up. We'll see you in for race 7.